Welcome to the November 16th, 2020 Advance Report for McGowan Group clients and NetWorthRadio.com listeners. I'm Spencer McGowan, your financial weatherman and President, McGowan Group Asset Management, based right here at the Crescent in Dallas. We stand ready to follow up with Zoom meetings, in-office planning sessions, safely done. We've got the procedures from a temperature check to sanitizer, masks, and even testing for the team. Safe operations. Now, Dow Jones Industrial Average year to date. I'm going to cover some of the strategies and actions that we've taken so far this year, what, where, how, and what 2021 likely brings based upon real mathematics and the numbers. So first, we see the 38% decline in the Dow. The recovery driven by primarily the technology sector, all driven by technology sector, and arguably overpriced at this point. So what do we do for 2021? How did we prepare and take advantage of this? And at the same time, what happened this week with the election results and a bizarre situation on the election results, but there was an impact that's even more important for 2021 than the election. We could see right here, we added global high yield. We were able to get double-digit yields. We were able to reinvest to grow portfolio income, overcome any dividend cuts, and keep forward income at about 7% for our largest model allocation units. We also added medical dividend companies during this period and other innovation companies that are not overpriced based upon the real mathematics. And that allowed us to add some growth while at the same time keeping the income, because if I make 35% income over the next 5 years, I'm starting the equation with the ability to endure crisis-type fluctuations and succeed, pay the bills, reinvest, and gain advantage during times of crisis. The portfolio cash flow is a huge part to that. Now, what happened this week? You can see this spike right here. Monday morning, I looked and I was about to do the market report. It's 5 a.m. I look at the screen. We've got this huge spike in the Dow, up like 1,500 points. I'm like, wow, I guess the business people really do like higher taxes and higher regulation. No, that was not it. It was Pfizer. Pfizer announced a 90% effective vaccine. There are also about 5 others in trial. Russia says they've got more than 90% effective. It's in testing right now. But Israel's already ordered 1.5 million of the Sputnik 5. Go figure there. In any case, it puts the Dow back a little bit above break even for the year and about 3% higher than where it started the week. Pfizer was the big component because you can see the end of the crisis for 2021 at some point. Even Dr. Grouchy Fauci came on and said, hey, we can see that this thing will eventually be over. Now, 159 million jobs right here. We went down to 133 million. We're already back to 150 million total employment. That's an incredible number. It says 9 million more jobs to go to get back to the employment levels before the pandemic. If it's 500,000 a month, it takes 18 months. That puts it in 2022. We're going to talk about a few things that are likely to happen next year. One is an energy shortage by the end of 2021. And if Biden prevails in the election, the regulations actually led to $100 barrel oil because they constricted supply, and supply is down about 2 million barrels a day in U.S. production. They're going to have an energy shortage by the end of next year. That's an important factor. All right, how many jobs are waiting to be filled? 6.4 million jobs out there in the help wanted ads, if you will. And that's a number that's at least approaching where we were in December. But the number of jobs posted to be filled, that's a great number because it does say you can add 500,000 or 1 million people to the workforce, and we'll follow that number to see if it accelerates as well. Here on the high yield, this is the reason we reinvest when we have big meltdowns. You can see A $12 price target, not unreasonable for this example of global high yield. A low of 6 where you could reinvest at double digits. We added to this, and we start to see, not a recommendation for your portfolio until you actually get a written plan, but we're starting to see the global high yield fill back in to a reasonable price target of around 12. This is about 975 right now, maybe about 25% left to go in the recovery of the global high yield to record profits for those allocations, along with the capital gain and the income along the way. This is the healthcare index. Boom, a big breakout. Yes, the Pfizer did drive the healthcare index higher, but what we're seeing in the medical technology, we're getting 20% growth rates in profitability. At the same time, many of these companies are still priced at 10 times earnings. The S&P is 25. The tech stocks approach 50 times earnings as a group. It does matter what you pay, and if you find the bargain group, you get more reliability and more gains. This medical dividend category, one of the favorites right now. Look at this natural gas. Up 39% so far this year, well, 40% after today. Natural gas already back to 2019 levels in terms of demand. Liquid natural gas exploding. The volumes about 7% projected to continue as they were in global demand for liquid natural gas, and the U.S. becoming a leader. All right, what happened this week? $2 trillion in money flows on Monday. Institutions are really looking forward to the end of the pandemic. I know you and I are as well. And where did the money flow? It came out of technology, traditional technology, and it went into other categories. So as we see that, the global clean energy, obviously a beneficiary from the potential Biden administration, and we do see, when we look at the different sectors, positive money flow into different categories. Obviously a big week for inflows there, trailing off towards the end of the week. What does this chart really tell us? It tells us where the institutional flows are, and from the beginning of the year for these ETFs, who's gained. I will say that the energy sector, or the energy sector, has actually gained more net money than the S&P 500. And if we look at technology, yes, a big gainer since May. The other on the bond market, interest rates are near zero. That's where you say, okay, I need components that'll pay me cash flow that's likely to get a premium next year and put us into record profits with record income. I'm Spencer McGowan, President, McGowan Group, and we will be back next week for the fast-paced global tour of the financial markets. Thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel. I'm Spencer McGowan, President, McGowan Group, your financial weatherman. We sponsor each week networthradio.com broadcast that has the charts and graphs, many of which you saw today. We also sponsor this YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe for fast-breaking news, an alert when we post something in a market condition that may have changed. Our goal is to help you as an investor make the right decisions at the right time. And that's part of what this YouTube channel is about, as well as networthradio.com. I am well served with a team of 10 people, including myself. And that team that cares is actually made up of people who are devoted to your net profits and your success, as well as excellence in service. If you want an educational experience to follow this up, get to networthradio.com, themcgowangroup.com. Right here, we disclose our net client experience all the way back to 2001. What that includes, the bear market cycles of 02, 08, 2018, and the recoveries through the most recent quarter. That is true education of investors, and exactly how our clients have done, disclosed right here. Further disclosures, value at risk of loss. Yes, Investments are going to fluctuate. That's part of the reason for this broadcast. And that can actually work to your advantage. We'll build that into your plan. So I urge you to go to networthradio.com, fill out the preliminary client questionnaire, a free 1-hour brainstorming session by phone or at the Crescent in Dallas, and we will map out a multi-year plan for you and your family that's appropriate. Just because we talk about a security on this broadcast or any securities doesn't make it a recommendation for your portfolio until you have that written plan. Thank you for tuning in today, and we'll be back next week as your financial weatherman.